been found dead at her North London home this afternoon. The 27-year-old, multiple award winner, but nonetheless a troubled character.
What goes through someone's mind as they are dying? Is it true that their life flashes before their eyes? Who knows? But some celebrities who have died have had some pretty dark last words. From Heath Ledger reassuring his sister he was going to be fine, to Steve Irwin panicking knowing he was dying. I'll be discussing that and more in today's video. This is a pretty dark list, so let's get right on into the video. Starting off this countdown, we have Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is famous for co-founding Apple, of course. But sadly, in 2003, he was diagnosed with an unusual form of pancreatic cancer. On October 5th, 2011, almost exactly 8 years since he was first diagnosed, he lost his battle to cancer. According to his family, Steve's final words were, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow." He said it 3 times. Then he lost consciousness and died several hours later. They also said that he first looked at his sister Patty, then over to his children, and then to his partner, and then over their shoulders past them. And that's when he said, "Oh wow." So what was it that he saw over their shoulders? Was it the white light everyone talks about? In our 9th spot, we have Steve Irwin, but before I go any further, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because it really helps us out. Steve Irwin, otherwise known as the crocodile hunter, was known for getting up close and personal with dangerous creatures like crocodiles or venomous snakes. It seemed like nothing scared him. Sadly, on September 4th of 2006, while filming a documentary called Ocean's Deadliest, Steve got pierced by a stingray's barb. The barb went right through his chest, piercing his heart. Crew helped him onto the boat as he started to bleed to death. One of the crew members, Justin, tried to comfort Steve and said, "Think of your kids, Steve. Hang on, hang on, hang on." One of the crew members, Justin, tried to comfort Steve and said, "Think of your kids, Steve. Hang on, hang on, hang on." Steve just looked up at him and said, "I'm dying." And that was the last thing he said. And at number 8, we have Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra was an American singer and actor that won a number of awards, like an Academy Award, 3 Golden Globes, multiple gold discs, and a Lifetime Achievement Grammy Award. But after being very ill for a number of months, he had a heart attack and died shortly after. His wife was by his side comforting him while this happened, and she revealed that his last words were, "I'm losing it." It's so sad and scary. Moving on to number 7, we have Frida Kahlo. Famous artist Frida Kahlo was said to be one of Mexico's greatest artists. She began painting mainly self-portraits after a bus accident that left her severely injured. From there, her artwork became well known, and they were exhibited in Paris and Mexico before her death. About a week after her 47th birthday, on July 13th, 1954, she passed away. Her last words were in her diary entry, and it read, "I hope exit is joyful, and I hope never to come back." Now, it's said that she passed away from a pulmonary embolism, but others believe that she took her own life. At that point in her life, she did have a couple of failed attempts. This was because she had to have her right leg amputated below her knee from a gangrene infection, and that really affected her. It's really sad that her final words are basically saying how she wanted to die and then never come back. In our 6th spot, we have Paul Walker. Paul Walker was an actor known primarily for the series The Fast and the Furious. He passed away on November 30th, 2013 after attending a charity event. Paul's last words were, "We'll be back in 5 minutes." This was said to Jim Torp, a man working at the event, but sadly, Paul never returned back. He got into a car that his friend was driving, and a little while later, they crashed into a concrete lamppost and 2 trees before it burst into flames, killing Walker and the driver instantly. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with John Lennon, an amazingly talented singer and songwriter who was the founder and co-lead vocalist for the Beatles. On December 8th, 1980, John Lennon was assassinated outside of his Manhattan apartment. The man that took his life was a fan that traveled all the way from Hawaii. Apparently, he didn't like Lennon's lifestyle and how he was portraying himself to the press. On that night, he waited outside of Lennon's apartment and then shot him 4 times in the back. Lennon's last words were, "I'm shot, I'm shot." He repeated it twice, and that was the last thing he ever said. Rest in peace, John Lennon.
Witnesses told police Lennon was shot near the door to his apartment building as he and Yoko Ono returned from a recording studio.
I saw John and Yoko get out of the limousine. They walked into the gate.
Moving on to number 4, we have Mozart. Mozart was a very well-known and talented composer. He got into music very early on in life and was extremely gifted. But on December 5th, 1791, he passed away at the age of 35. And of course, there's a bunch of theories as to how he died. Some say he was poisoned by his rival, but it's believed that he died from a disease that led to a severe fever, causing him to slip into a coma. But we still don't know what disease led to his death. Anyways, one of the last things he ever said was, "The taste of death is upon my lips. I feel something that is not of this earth." I mean, that's very artistic, but also it's sad because he knew that he was going to pass away soon. In our 3rd spot, we have Nostradamus. Nostradamus was a very famous man known for being a prophet. Apparently he could see into the future, and honestly a lot of his predictions have come true, so people believe that he was legit. Well, Nostradamus actually predicted the exact date of his death. On July 1st, 1566, he made sure to tell his priest all of his last predictions because he knew that the next day he was going to die. The priest ended the conversation saying, "Until tomorrow," and he replied with, "You will not find me alive at sunrise." He died that night. His last words to another person were, "Tomorrow I shall no longer be here." That's pretty freaky. In our 2nd spot, we have Amy Winehouse, another super talented individual. Like, her voice is incredible. It sends shivers down my spine. But on July 23rd, 2011, Amy passed away from alcohol poisoning. The night before her death, Amy Winehouse met with her doctor and told her that after 3 weeks of being sober, she started drinking again because she was bored. The conversation ended with Winehouse saying, "I don't want to die." And that was one of the last things that she ever said. The next day, the bodyguard found her laying in the same position as she was a couple hours prior. He checked on her, and that's when he knew she was gone. Now, this one breaks my heart because she literally was so worried about dying, and then the very next day, the very thing that she feared happened. And in our number 1 spot, we have Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was a well-known Australian actor known for starring in movies such as 10 Things I Hate About You, Brokeback Mountain, and The Dark Knight. Sadly, on January 22nd, 2008, he passed away from an accidental prescription drug overdose. The night he died, he was on the phone with his sister who was worried about him. He told her that he was going to take sleeping pills on top of his prescription for a chest cold because he couldn't sleep, but she warned him not to. His last words were, Katie, look, it'll be fine, you know. I just need to get some sleep." Sadly, he never woke up. Ugh, that one just breaks my heart as well. This was such a depressing list, so let's move on to our comment shoutout portion. I'll be shouting out comments from my video Top 10 Insane Courtroom Outbursts to Maximum Sentencing. Chicken Nuggies 1234 commented, "I found the best channel in the universe, end of story, honestly, and I just found the person with the best username, so I love that. Chicken Nuggies, it's so cute." Jaden Gibson commented 11/12 when Lindsay lost her earphones and was trying to get them back. Guys, we don't talk about that. Shh, don't expose me. It literally fell down and I had to dig in. No, shh. I thought no one noticed. Oak Force Tablet commented, they said 14 suspects. Not 14 suspects. I love you guys, by the way. Yeah, Landon and I were like, 14 people are arrested? What is going on? That makes sense. 14 as in teenager suspects. Okay.
14 suspects.
This is real life right now. 14 suspects. What's going on? Oh man. And that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya. In our 9th spot, we have Steve Irwin. I know. Why does it sounds like whatever. It sounds like I'm thinking like weird. Never mind. Kahlo. About a week after Frida's. Pulmonary embolism. It's really sad that her final word